Mataji, good morning everyone. Let's bow down to Shrimataji, praise our Mother Kundalini and put Bandhan. Ganesh Mantra. Let us balance our left channel. Ji Mataji, you are Sakshat Shri Mahakali. You are Sakshat Shri Ganesha. Kindly awaken the pure desire within us. Remove all the imbalances on our left channel through the Mother Earth. Now let us balance our right channel. Sakshat Shri Mahasaraswati. You are Sakshat Shri Hanuman. Kindly awaken the pure attention within us. Kindly remove all the imbalances on our right channel through the sky ether element. Let us bring our attention on our Sahasrara. Mataji, kindly bring us into complete balance. Thoughts from past and future. Let's listen to Shrimataji's speech.
You all enjoyed the music, and I was very happy at your enjoyment. Music plays a very dynamic role in human life. One has to understand that. One of the mysteries I was describing to you last time. Also created by Nad, they call it Nad. You can say the Logos or the first sound, the Om, the Brahma. The sound, first time, the sound that was created when the primordial mother or the primordial power of divine love, the power of God separated from God Himself. God was the witness of the play of the divine power. There is no difference between the two. God Almighty and His power are just like the sun and His rays. For us, for human beings, it is impossible to conceive the mystery. Moreover, in our ego, we think that we can understand Him. Is another mystery for me. But to me, it's a very sweet thing to see that human beings trying to comprehend the mystery of God. It's like a little child trying to understand the table work of his father. Or could be much more. But this sound, the first sound, which is described as also Logos, I believe, is the sound of this primordial power, of this divine power, that has created the whole universe. Now one may say that how are we to believe that this sound exists? Of course, one should not believe. But whether you believe or not, it exists. So why not discover it? Instead of discarding something, why not discover it? It's a better way of looking at things. You should keep yourself absolutely open and see for yourself if it is true or not. For any scientific man, it is important to be an open-minded person. If he is bound by some traditional ideas or some sort of old-fashioned ideas, or we can say some sort of hypocritical ideas or fanatical ideas, such a person cannot be a scientist. For any scientist, it is important to be a very open-minded man, objective and not subjective. You remain subjectively very controversial when you are not self-realized. Before that, every subject is a different subject. Someone likes a blue color, someone likes a red color, someone likes a green color. Someone likes to eat ice cream, someone likes to eat something else. Everybody is a different person subjectively. Some person likes a blonde lady, someone likes with a dark hair, and everybody has a different idea. There's nothing like absolute among people, naturally, because they have not reached their absolute. So you are absolutely subjective. For music or for anything, whatever you like, is all subjective. Colors. I was watching a TV for interior decoration once, and I was amazed. The colors they used were so fantastic, so beautiful. I liked them very much myself. But I had some other people watching, they said, horrid. They are absolutely horrid. I said, then what colors you would like? Something grey, really? Or something pale or insipid? They didn't mean insipid, but the colors they liked were insipid according to them. Because if you enter into a room with that kind of insipid thing, I mean, you really recoil back thinking, oh God, what sort of people are living here? But the ideas have changed quite a lot, that people now think of warmth. I mean, naturally they have avoided many colors which are not warm, which are dull. But still it is subjective depending on the condition of people. I mean, for example, Indians like a particular type of colors and English like another type. Everyone likes different. So some absolute has to be found out. So everything that is subjective is useless for a scientist, no doubt. But scientists have not reached their absolute either. What they know as absolute also turns out to be not that. Whatever law is said now, they said that everything moves and goes on moving like Newton's law was. But Einstein challenged it. Some said that the things are made of atoms. Then they came out with another theory saying, no, it's made of molecules. So you are also discovering something, challenging it, changing it, and understanding it. Whatever looks today the truth may not look the truth tomorrow. So this is not truth. If the truth is changing, it cannot be the truth. There's something illusory about the whole thing. Because what you think today as the truth doesn't remain as the truth tomorrow. So there's some sort of an illusion that is working in between. Something you like in childhood, you may not like it in your old age. It's all the time changing. The subjective mood depends on so many things. Your family, your treatment, your childhood, your parents, your relations, the country you are born, the culture you are brought up in, everything gives you this personality which has that subjective feelings or subjective understanding. Now the science confuses more when you see that whatever we have produced through science has not given us joy. Our hearts have become just like stones. And we have created devils and devils and devils, like atom bombs and hydrogen bombs and this and that. And now we are frightened of them and we are fighting no more hydrogen bombs and no more nuclear things, and we don't want nuclear weapons. Who has created them? You have created them and now you are against it. Human beings are wonderful. They create something and then they create an organization against it. It's rather wasteful, I think, to go about like this. See, first you build up yourself and knock it down. Then again build up something else, knock it down. It's very frustrating and one feels so puzzled and confused. But truth is never confused. Truth remains the truth. It never changes. It is absolute. It is nitya. It is never changed. It remains the same. It may manifest in different forms, but it never changes. And what is the truth? What is the truth? And very simple words. What is truth? That God loves us. This is the truth. That He created us because He loved us. It is His love that has created us. He looks after us, He protects us, He guides us. He gives us our evolution as a human being, and then He gives us a higher status, higher consciousness by which we know His powers, and the powers flow through, is the truth. This does not change. At monkey stage the truth was there, at human stage the truth is there. Whether you are a drunkard or a sinner or a saint, the truth remains that God loves you. He may punish you in His love, that's a different point. He may be angry with you in His love, but He loves you. Loves what? What does He love in you? Is your spirit. The spirit that sparkles. He sees that spirit. He tries to bring it up. For example, you see a diamond and you see that it is lying in the mud. You lift it from the mud. You clean it, wipe it, chisel it, and make a beautiful diamond. Anything that is created has had to go through some processes. In the same way, you have gone through your evolutionary process. But with what delicacy? With what understanding? With what love? Imagine, supposing you have to become a monkey suddenly. How would it be? Very painful, won't it be? And extremely embarrassing too. But we have come out of monkeys, as they say, supposing we have. Then it has happened without our knowledge, without any embarrassment. I mean, imagine a monkey suddenly becoming a human being, losing his tail. He must be feeling quite nervous about the whole stuff. That he cannot jump from tree to tree. He cannot behave like the monkeys do. I mean, it's rather difficult, isn't it? And to create this beautiful thing called as human beings without any pressure on it, without any effort on it, without any money load, because this interest rates are very high, obviously. God knows if he had charged you money like the gurus are charging you to become human beings from monkeys to this stage, I don't know how much you would have paid off. That's the thing, is that he loves us. And you can't understand his love. That his love is his own satisfaction. He loves you because he enjoys his love. His nature is to love. That gives him completeness. That gives him his own meaning. That is his play. That is his joy. And that's the only truth. Everything may change in this world, but that truth remains. If you have this faith within you that he loves you, despite the facts that you have had bad problems, it's all human beings who create problems for you. God doesn't create any problem for you. You do not know how much he looks after you. How many problems you have created for him, so that there is a barrier between his grace and you. People have created mountains and mountains between him and themselves. They don't want to have him. He's there to pour down all that he has. And here, such a big balloon of an ego carrying you through without receiving a single drop of that grace. So, we have to understand that we are still children. And children have to behave like children. Not to say that we know everything. Actually, you don't know anything, I would say, till you have got your realization. Hello. Come along, sit down. Give them some room to sit down, to the children. They are essential part. This side there is some room. Come along. There's some room. Come along. Yes, do come. Do come in. Yes, come along, come along, come along. Hello. His love never changes. Then his love is victorious. Victorious. It surpasses all the efforts of human beings to lose. Everything we do, everything that is possible under the sun, to make him unhappy, frustrated, angry. Whatever good he does to people, they will turn it into something nonsensical. Say, for example, give them money. Let them have some Lakshmi's prasad. It's to let them have some money, some well-being, material. That's the best way to ruin people. Give them money and they are out for breaking their heads. Absolutely. You give them the power. Any power you give them, political, economic and other sorts of social, finished. They know how to break themselves, completely destroy themselves. The whole wisdom works out at destroying your attention, your holiness, your innocence, your beautiful being that has been created with such tender care and love. This is supposed to be freedom, liberated. With this kind of mess, it's rather difficult to make the children understand that you are destroying yourself. So they have to have some shocks. You tell a child, don't put your finger in the plug. But if you say don't put, that must go. It's a sort of a worm in the head, you see. Oh, they have said not to put, we must. So they will put the fingers in there. You say, don't put it. Still. Then again you say, don't put it. Still. Then you say, all right, go ahead. And then they get a shock. It can be serious. But what to do? They don't want to listen to it. I can understand children. And some very old people are like that. I've had very funny experiences of old people also. We had a gentleman here, a high commissioner, long time back. Indian people have a speciality in appointing very old people as ambassadors. Shaky, I don't know. Americans also do that. And this gentleman was standing next to another gentleman whom we knew very well. So we went there and he said, me, Mr. Gupta. I said, look at that, this fellow's name is something else. Say his name was, we can say, Mr. Nothing to do with Gupta, but Varma. So he says, sir, I'm sorry, my name is Mr. Varma. He said, what did you say? You mean I said wrong? He said, not that, sir, but my name is Varma. So another fellow comes in. He says, please meet Mr. Gupta. He says, sir, I'm sorry, my name is Varma. He said, you mean to say I'm telling it wrong? What do you mean by this? I said, sir, but my real name is Varma. Everyone knows me. Doesn't matter. You mean I'm telling you wrong names? Then another fellow comes. He said, now meet Mr. Gupta. So the gentleman says, but I know him. He is not Gupta. He is Varma. How do you say Varma? But because I say he is Gupta. In the same way, the children are obstinate. It's all right. But what about the in-betweens? The people who are grown up, who are mature, who do not suffer from senile decay, are supposed to be sensible at the helm of affairs, very responsible people. You see them and you don't know whether to put them as children or senile, where they stand. One can't understand their obstinacy and their stupidity. The way they deny all that is divine, all that is beautiful, and just run headlong towards ugliness and unholy, inauspicious. And then they end up with something tremendous that has no chance for them to return. Something horrifyingly powerful that engulfs them. So, for us it is necessary to understand. Basically, when you come to Sahaja Yoga, you must have your wisdom intact. If you have no wisdom, it's going to be very difficult. I mean, I have seen people walking out of lunatic asylums and coming to Sahaja Yoga because the door is open to anyone who wants to come here. It's free too. I mean, anybody has no place to go anywhere, they come round here, or they go to some cinema show, they didn't get the tickets, can come and sit down here also. Possible. There could be all kinds of people coming down from all kinds of places. But though Sahaja Yoga opens doors to everyone how much do you open your doors to Sahaja Yoga is more important. That is what is wanted. It's the wisdom. Wisdom to understand that we have not found the truth and we have to find it. And that must happen to you. There cannot be any brainwashing about it. There's no other way but the actual happening, the becoming, that has to take place. But you cannot demand anything here. No. It's a humble ask for that happen. You have to ask for it. It is to be judged by your Kundalini awakening, how much time you will take, how far you can go. Without that, we just can't say. You see, there are people, can you give me realization in 5 minutes, mother? On the phone, I hear the voice. I hear the vibrations. Oh God. I said, can you come tomorrow? Then will you give me in 5 minutes? I said, then can you come day after? I know I can't give in 5 years. Because vibrations are hard. I have to work. I have to work for that person. Then he calls me. I said, come now today, my child. Mother, give me my realization. It's the attitude, very important. If you have aggressive attitude, Sahaja Yoga doesn't work out. You are all welcome. You are welcome in my heart. There where the rebirth takes place, no doubt. But you should value the love of God and should know that He loves you. And you have to be humble to receive it. That the grace should flow on you, that you should be gracious to receive it. Imagine you go to some place as a guest and there a big dinner is laid down and you go with a big thump on the table and you say, how dare you do this? Then they'll say some lunatic has walked in, they say, oh, get out. That's exactly what happens to many people who come down. In Sahaja Yoga, you have to have a balanced sign, balanced wisdom. Wisdom that gives you a balance. If you keep that for a month, I'm sure you'll establish yourself fully. And it will work. It's your own. It's for yourself. You have to have it. You have every right to have it. Agreed. Everything is yours. But you have to have little patience with yourself, respect and attention. This is very important. Then this Brahmanad I was talking about, this Omkara, is made of 3 powers within us, Uma, and these 3 powers are called as Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati in Sahaja Yoga. These are the 3 powers that exist within us. This Mahakali power is on the left hand side, as you see, which comes from the right, comes down, is the power of desire. Right hand side power, called as Mahasaraswati, comes from the left to the right, and the center one is the one called as the Mahalakshmi power, which gives you your evolution. So you have a left-sided power which is called as Mahakali, the power of desire. The right side one is the power of action, and the central one is the power of evolution. The third one, the center one. The center one is the one that has created you into a human being. This is the subtle power within us, but we have expressed them in the gross, that the left and right sympathetic nervous system are expressed by left and right sided power, and the parasympathetic nervous system is expressing the central path called as Sushumna, as far as we have achieved in our human awareness. So in our human awareness, we have reached a particular point. To go beyond this is the modern problem, is the latest, the extra, what do you call that, ultra modern. Ultra modern problem is how to raise our consciousness to that point where we become one with ourselves, with our spirit. Otherwise you have no meaning to your life. You don't know why you exist. You may go to 100 places, do what you like. You have to find out yourself. And that is done by the power within you called as Kundalini, which rests in the triangular bone in the coccyx in 3.5 coils. And we try this through all these centers, 6 which are placed above it, and gives you your baptism, where the Kundalini breaks through this point called as Brahmarandra, near the fontanelle bone area, and you achieve that, you become that collective being, so that you start feeling a cool breeze flowing in your hand and feeling the different centers which the become. And the whole system starts changing, the priority starts changing, and you start seeing the working of the divine power. That is love. Not the love that we understand is limited, but love that is emitting all the time, ceaselessly. The love that knows, the love that loves, the love that coordinates and cooperates and runs this whole world. That's the truth. The rest is all falsehood. It is all illusion. It's that power managing everything in this world. The rest of it is all a fake. That's what we have to achieve. That's how I hope you are. May God bless you.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Mataji, this beautiful morning meditation for all your blessings. Just bow down to Shri Mataji and take bandhan.